Hey guys, it's Joe Andrews here, and I'm taking a little bit of a departure from my normal routine of how I'm kind of working on my pool basics course, and this may end up being a part of it in some way, shape, or form. But I want to talk about lifeguard engagement because it's something I've really been struggling with with my day job as I've transitioned from a facility that was maybe a staff of 10 to 12 lifeguards, and we've gone into a facility that has massive amount more. I mean, we're pushing 40 plus guards right now. And in our department, I'm the only full-time person. I've got several part-time and three-quarter time kind of head lifeguards. And I don't know why I did the quote thing because they are massively important. They run the deck is kind of how I think of it. But they're not, in terms of job description and pay, able to be, true full-blown supervisory positions. So what I've really struggled with is how do I keep staff? And part of the way I think they need to do that is to be able to be heard. So this week I took some time out of my week, even though I was crazy busy, and brought my staff into the office and asked them 4 questions. And it was kind of funny because I'd start pulling them in one at a time off the chair and to talk to me. And then they started this little game of like telephone, to where they would say, oh, he's asking questions about like, which would you rather fight, a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses, and like little things like that, which I thought was kind of awesome. But I asked him 4 questions. I said, how do you think things are going out there? What isn't working out there? How are you doing with your workload in terms of your, number of hours versus school, work, other, family time, everything else? And the last question, which I think is the one that I really do care about the most, is what can I do to help you towards your long-term goals? Because let's be honest, if I hire 100 lifeguards, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 of them will go into aquatics full time. So what I kind of have a job to do is figure out how to get them to where they're wanting to go and help try to give them as many resources as I can within, the confines of aquatics and what we're doing and lifeguarding, and try to challenge them and find ways to allow them to pursue those goals. That's important to me. And I don't know, there's a lot of people that don't take that as seriously as I do. And it's hard, and I really worry about it being sustainable, just because of how much goes into running a significantly larger facility than I've been at before. There's a lot of things that I've messed up on and ways to not build engagement. And, in hindsight, I'd look at different decisions I've made over time. But I've really, I'm doubling down on how to make my staff feel engaged, empowered, and heard. And even if I don't follow what they're saying, they're at least being heard. So that's kind of what I've been really marinating and stewing over, is how to keep these guys going, and how to keep them on board, because there's a little saying that people don't quit jobs, they quit bosses. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job of that, even though there's been, bad situations. Personally, I've gone through a lot over this last time and haven't been as engaged and bought in as I could be through this whole big process. So that's something I challenge everyone to think about. And I don't know how to incorporate it into the pool basics course, but just keep your guards engaged, because I think it's a lot easier to keep people than it is to constantly turn and burn and train, hire, get them up to speed, and then they go somewhere else. Whereas if they feel engaged, you're going to be able to keep them longer, even though that's a harder relationship to build, and it takes more time and energy than it is to just do mundane training and churning through people. So let me know what you think. I'm curious to see, I'm trying to create content on, keep it putting stuff out on Twitter. I'm trying to keep putting stuff out on the Snapchat. I'm at the Joe Andrews on both of them. So check it out. Just let me know what you think.